Jury reaches a verdict just a short time ago, deciding the fate of a man accused of killing his girlfriend nearly 30 years ago. Closing arguments in the murder trial prompted by a Fox 9 News investigation. And Tom Lydon helped reopen the case. He's live in St. Paul with the outcome and a very emotional day in court. Tom?
Jeff, it sure was. That verdict coming down 90 minutes ago. Aaron Foster found not guilty of third-degree unintentional murder. When the verdict was read, the family of the victim, Barbara Wynn, erupted in tears and in grief. Even some of the jury members were crying. Proof that after 27 years, emotions still running very high in this case.
Comments?
After the verdict, a deputy had to escort Aaron Foster from the courthouse. That alone speaks to the level of anger and frustration. And so does this. Family members distraught after the not guilty verdict was read.
The justice system failed us once again, but he'll do it again, and then we'll see.
Tammy Wynn watched her mother Barbara die on that night 27 years ago. The children heard the fight between Wynn and Foster, then heard the gunshot. But the defense argued that not even the medical examiners could tell whether it was murder or suicide. But family members say the case was stacked from the beginning by defense attorney Earl Gray.
Earl Gray managed to get some of the most important evidence suppressed, and the jury didn't hear it.
And once they learn of it...
The jury never heard about a Dear John letter on the dresser, never heard about Foster abusing other women since. And all the physical evidence in the case was lost. For that, the family blames former police chief Bill Finney, who saw his friend Aaron Foster slap Wynn just a few months before her death.
If this had been done in 1981 when it should have been done, Foster would have been in prison. But now he's free to go out and kill more women. That's what he'll do. He got away with it.
We should point out there was actually a Maplewood police officer who was the last person to check out this physical evidence some 27 years ago. I talked to former Chief Bill Finney when he testified last week in this case. He said while he showed up at the medical examiner's office when Barbara Wynn died, he said he never had anything to do with this case. In fact, he said he was equally good friends with Barbara Wynn, although the family disputes that. Tried to get a comment from defense attorney Earl Gray, who told me to go blank myself. I think you could insert the expletive here. He blames us for first doing the story back in 2002. The case was then reopened by the Ramsey County Cold Case Unit. Also blames us for reporting on some of the evidence that the jury, in fact, did not get to hear in this case. But I have a source upstairs who heard from the jury after this verdict was read. They found out about this some of this evidence that they did not hear, and the jurors were heard to say, "We wish we had known. We wish we had known." As for Aaron Foster, he presumably goes back to his job working for the St. Paul Police Department in their impound unit. For now, live in St. Paul, Tom Lydon, Fox 9 News.